Let me not shake it up, because well, there's something in there to break. Hey there y'all, welcome back to the Style and Beauty Doctor here on YouTube, and in today's video, obviously you see I'm about to do an unboxing and first impressions of J Lo Beauty. Okay, I'll put it up here. Now I have not seen any of these like unboxings or any of that stuff. I just got this yesterday, or maybe it came the day before and I only picked it up from my mailbox service yesterday. There's a robe. This robe, she's cute. I'm gonna put my robe back on just because, you know, mine is a little bit more secure. All right, so I have not had my ears to the streets so hard for this line. The only thing that I heard is that J Lo was professing her love for olive oil. Dr. Alexis Stevens has a video on why you probably don't want to put pure olive oil on your face. I'll link it below so you can check that out. You'll see that a lot in skincare, where items that you can find in your kitchen cabinet that you think are a great thing to just slather on your face because it's natural and it's safe to eat. Now, you might see some of those ingredients pop up in your skincare, and that's because people who know what they're doing formulated it so that it can work well on your skin. But basically what I'm hitting at here is save the olive oil for your salad. So first up from the J Lo Beauty, the That Hit Single Gel Cream Cleanser. Let's see, does this have a fragrance? Oh, it does, but it has a nice fragrance. Now, this line I expect to have fragrance in it because it's a celebrity line. I feel like they want you to have this sensorial and maybe even an aspirational experience that kind of you tie with a celebrity to the skincare. And I would say that that is definitely for sure with this J Lo Beauty, based on this packaging, the names, and yada. They are trying to evoke that La Lopez in the product. So I'm not surprised that this has fragrance. It's not a bad smell. It's almost, it's like floral, but a little spa-like. Clearly this is not my bathroom. We're gonna make do because the lighting in my bathroom and then moving the camera, there's not that much space in there. It's a lot. So we're going to get in with this cream cleanser right here. Well, I probably should have tied my hair up before I did that, but I'll tie it up in a minute. Okay, it's your regular run-of-the-mill gel cleanser. It feels gentle. Now, while we're on the topic of fragrance, but also kind of moving along because I don't want this video to be super long, make sure you check out the description box because I'll have a blog post where I talk to some R&D people from Johnson & Johnson about why brands put fragrance in skincare and why, some people may need to chill out a little bit with the fear-mongering on the fragrance. And also talking about, there are people who legitimately do have a sensitivity to fragrance. So just check that out below. So this feels nice. Your typical run-of-the-mill gentle cleanser. Nothing crazy, nothing wow, but nothing bad either. I'm gonna rinse this off and come back. All right, so next, that J Lo Glow Serum. This packaging is absolutely stunning. Your typical serum texture. Let's get her on the skin. Now, right here on my face is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a little tender. I've been using tretinoin on my cheek area here as prescribed by my dermatologist. I was not expecting to get the J Lo Beauty stuff when I did. Otherwise, I probably would not have used the tretinoin this week. But I can, it's a little sensitive there. So if you see any redness or anything like that, that is what that is. This feels nice. It feels very moisturizing. Now I'm going to talk to you about the products once I get the moisturizer on, because I hate the way my skin feels after I cleanse and I just let it sit there for too long, because then my skin starts to feel all right, where's the moisture? So we shall talk. Okay. Moving on, there are two moisturizers. There's an SPF 30 plus moisturizer for the daytime, which I'm glad to see that there's a sunscreen in the collection. Sometimes it's not easy for brands to, you know, go through the FDA regulations and whatnot to get a sunscreen. So I'm glad that that is there. And then there's that Blockbuster Wonder Cream. So I'm going to try each on either side of my face. They all have that similar like floral spa smell. It's not a smell that I love, but also I don't hate it. And it doesn't well, it hasn't lingered on with anything so far. Now that Blockbuster has like a really rich, creamy formula. I might, let me put just a small amount of this moisturizer first because I feel like it might be a little too heavy for me during the day. Oh, it feels nice though. All right, that feels a little nice. Like today in New York, oh my God, I was just saying in some videos that it hasn't been that cold, and then New York City winter was like, so the moisturizer feels a little like greasy, but not where I feel like it's gonna be too much for me. I have oily skin. But remember, today it's like 20 degrees outside, so this is probably a nice, it almost feels like it's as if you put on moisturizer and then put a very light coating of Vaseline. Because I remember when we were kids, like, I don't know if people still do it, but when it gets really, really cold here, like with the wind chill factor and everything, sometimes your parents will put a thin layer of Vaseline on your face to protect your skin. Now let me go in with this SPF 30 plus. Which is, you can see a difference in the texture just by looking at it. This looks lighter and creamier, but let's see how it feels on the skin. Oh, that feels great. Bring that down here. Now, there are many guidelines as to how much sunscreen you should be putting on, a 1/4 teaspoon, a nickel-sized amount, apply liberally, 3 fingerfuls, 2 fingerfuls. You know, these are estimates. We all have different face sizes. Some have small faces, some have big faces. So some people are gonna require more sunscreen than others. So I'll put a link to a video so you know how much sunscreen you should be applying on your face during the day. This has a similar feel as this one, where it feels like there's some sort of like really protective, feel like there's like an occlusive, and I don't even know if I would say it's occlusive. It feels like I layered my moisturizer, even though I only have one moisturizer on, if that makes sense. Like I said before with this one, it feels like I put moisturizer on and then put like a thin layer of like Vaseline or like Aquaphor to protect my skin. I wonder if this line, it didn't say anything in here, but I wonder if this line is geared towards an older, and when I say older, I don't, 35 and up. I mean, you need a little bit more moisture in your routine. This is what it's feeling like. That could be the J Lo Olive Complex, which we will read more about in a second. This, how I'm feeling right now, how it feels on my skin, I do definitely feel that I would probably only like this in the winter time. It feels like it might be too heavy for me when it starts to get warmer out, but maybe she'll come out with like, some lighter weight products. We shall see. Now, also there is that Star Filter Complexion Booster. So this is a highlighter, which I have to say, this is supposed to be a first impressions video, but in between opening up the box, I said, let me take some pictures, potentially for my thumbnail before like I get the products all messed up with like fingerprints and everything on it and whatnot. And then I was like, oh, I should put some of this on for the thumbnail picture. So I actually put some of this on already. Like you can imagine, it's like a really nice thick liquid bronze. I would say this is like a goldy bronze. It's a pretty shade that I think would look good on most skin tones. I think if you're quite fair, this could be a little overpowering. If you're like my complexion and deeper, like I think you'll like this. Very thick feeling, but I feel like that adds to the glow. I don't know that I would want something like this on my face necessarily, because I have oily skin and a look like this would be hard to maintain on my face. But honey, listen, if Jennifer Ms. Lopez, if you come out with this in a bigger bottle, that for my legs, I would probably like that a lot. I wonder how it compares to the Fenty products. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about, the Fenty products. I haven't tried that yet, but the Fenty ones come in that bigger bottle. Like, hopefully you can see, like, it's giving me a glow. But I feel like the moisturizer in and of itself, because of the J Lo Olive Complex, I feel like that alone, because it's so moisturizing, can give you a bit of a glow. And then this is just like an added bonus. Like if, you know, you're going out and you just want to put a little bit on the, I put it all over my face just because, you know, I'm doing this demo. But like if you're going out, you may only want to put it like on the tops of your cheekbones, you know, the places where you would naturally, like the sun will naturally hit you, the bridge of your nose, a bit on the tip of your chin. I would love to like just go in and put this like on my neck and my chest. But I don't want to mess up my white robe. But I will put it on my arm and let you see how that looks down on my arm. It's really gorgeous. And you know, although this is a skincare line, and I would consider this more makeup than anything, like if J Lo didn't add this in the collection, we'd be like, well, where's the glow? Which makes sense because like your makeup is going to look great if you're using the right skincare, and then the makeup just enhances, you know, what the skincare has done for you and just makes it even more, you know, gorgeous. So let's talk about some of these products individually now that I have kind of given them like my first impressions trial. All right, so let's talk about this J Lo Beauty Olive Complex, the Liquid Glow. It's a lot of marketing, I would have to say. And listen, I understand why brands need to do this because consumers are real fickle and they, you know, they're like, oh, I don't know. And there's so many choices out there. So brands gotta say a lot of stuff to get y'all's attention. So I'm not mad. The Olive Complex, they described it as our antioxidant rich 4-part olive blend of squalane, fermented oil, extra virgin oil, and leaf extract. And they said it's clinically shown to deliver all-day moisturization and that star glow. So we've heard of squalane before. You know, it's an amazing ingredient that you're finding in a lot of skincare products. I'll leave a link below so you can read more about squalane and how it's used in skincare. Although I've only had this moisturizer on for like 10 minutes tops, the way that it feels, I'm like, I can see that giving the moisture all day long. I'll do a wear test. I'll come in at the end of the day of this video and let you know how it feels because I actually have to put some makeup on, go through a whole entire day, and I'll update you at the end of the video with how that felt. Let's start with the cleanser. So that hit single has the J Lo Beauty Olive Complex. It has extracts of rice bran, coconut fruit, and Japanese knotweed fruit, which help antioxidant protection and skin smoothing benefits, yada yada. Glycolipid, a fermented blend of rapeseed oil and sugar, removes excess oil and makeup, free from parabens, sulfates, SLS, you know, the stuff that y'all want to hear, you know, because this is why brands got to do this stuff. So the cleanser's $38. It's 5 fluid ounces. I thought it was okay. There's nothing that jumps out to me about this cleanser that would make me want to pay $38 for this cleanser. I mean, the packaging is beautiful. This is not like my aesthetic. Like, this is not what I want beaming back out at me in my bathroom, but it's a decent cleanser. Would I buy it? No. I feel like you can get, you know, you don't need to spend so much money on a cleanser unless you have like really specific, you know, skincare needs, and or maybe, you know, you're someone who likes a certain aesthetic. Who am I to take that away from you? Me, is an easy pass. So next up, that J Lo Glow Serum. This is $79. It also has the J Lo Beauty Olive Complex. It also has Japanese rice sake ferment, which brightens and conditions for a vibrant magnetic complexion. Yeast-derived ferment known for its antioxidant and smoothing properties, leaves skin feeling silky soft. Sugar-derived matrix brings surface lightening and lifting you can feel immediately, free from parabens, mineral oil, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'm being silly here, but obviously I cannot tell you how, you know, wonderful or how much I hate this serum, because it takes time to really try out a serum. You know, with other product lines, sometimes I have the products, you know, weeks in advance and I'm able to try it out. That doesn't always happen, and that's cool. Me, myself personally, I would not spend $79 on this particular serum. It doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak to me and what I need in my skin. It may speak to you. It may speak to, you know, what you need in your skincare routine. But for me, and this is only 1.5 fluid ounces, so they really kind of like I was about to say like, wow, you get a lot of serum for, you know, that price. So like, whereas there's 5 ounces of product in here, there's only 1.5 fluid ounces of serum in there. I just feel like for what it's saying and what it's going to deliver, I feel like you can get a serum, you know, from another brand that does similar things that may not cost as much. But that's just my humble Queens, New York opinion. So now, moving on to the moisturizer. Yo, there was an eye cream in here that I forgot about. So let me open her up real quick and give her a whirl. Now, ideally, I would have liked to have put this on after I put the serum on, but I forgot about her. She feels nice though. That same kind of like smell that's in all the products. It's not bad. It's not like, ooh, I can't wait to try this again, but it's also not overpowering, so which is great for me. I like when fragrance is not overpowering in skincare. Ooh, the eye cream feels nice. Well, like I said, ideally I would have liked to have, if I remembered that the eye cream was here, I would have liked to put this on after the serum. Now, here's the thing with eye creams, right? Some people think like they're scams. Some of them are, I ain't gonna lie, some of these eye creams are scams. But sometimes people, you know, you can reap the benefits of your regular facial moisturizer, you know, underneath your eye area. But some people have sensitivities to certain active ingredients and certain things that your face might be, you know, perfectly fine with. But then the eye area, it's, you know, it can be a little gentle for some people, can be a little sensitive to some people. So, you know, in some aspects, those type of people may love an eye cream because that eye cream is theoretically formulated to be gentle in that eye area. And then you also have people who may have one issue that they have with their facial skin and something totally different going on with their under eye area, where an eye cream might be beneficial for them. So I don't knock it. I don't knock them. I get Botox and filler. I know Jennifer said she doesn't get that. I get it. If you want to see more about it, I have vlogs, and I actually have a vlog coming up in the coming weeks on some recent work I had done. But even when you get filler and Botox, your under eye area still needs that moisture. I don't know why some people think you get injected with something, then you don't need skincare at all. I don't know why there's that assumption, but I don't down eye creams. Just make sure that you know, you don't think that a $300 eye cream is all of a sudden going to, you know, cure your whole baggy under eye situation or hollows or dark circles, because eye creams got restrictions on them. Eye creams are never going to give you the type of volume that, you know, filler is going to give you. But anyway, moving on to these moisturizers, which I have to say, I actually liked the moisturizers probably the most out of anything. The more that it's sitting in my skin, I do owe you a wear test for the full day. The texture feels really good. Like my skin doesn't feel greasy. I feel like hydrated. I feel protected. Well, more so on this side because I have the sunscreen, and this side I don't have the sunscreen. But it feels good. It probably is not something that I would want to use in the warmer months because I have oily skin. But it feels pretty good. So let's talk a little bit more about these moisturizers. So the SPF moisturizer, 1.7 fluid ounces of product. It's $54. That's not a price tag that I'm willing to spend, because, you know, you can get, if you're looking for a good sunscreen, you can get sunscreens at, you know, varying price points. You can even get some under a good facial sunscreen for under $10 sometimes, right? But let's see what they say about this SPF 30. Potent ingredients, has a hydration complex, a curated blend that includes hyaluronic acid, glycerin, and natural sugars, delivers a complexion that's dewy, juicy, and vibrant. That sounds beautiful. A lot of other moisturizers on the market do the same thing. This one also has licorice root, which is a natural soother with a brightening effect, promotes a clearer, more luminous look. That's nice to have in a moisturizer as well. I wouldn't rely on this moisturizer alone for brightening, but it's good that it has those additional properties in there along with the sun protection. Marine bamboo is a natural and protecting form, high energy blue light emitted. Marine bamboo is a natural at protecting from high energy blue light emitted by all those devices that help you hustle all day, every day. That's great. You can also get that protection from, you know, your regular sunscreen as well. This is free from parabens, phthalates, oxybenzone, mineral oil, and fragrance. It's free from fragrance. Something that I learned from that fragrance story that I did on my blog, which is linked in the description box, which you should check out if you want to learn something too. So a product can be fragrance free and still have a smell. Now, how that happens is that fragrance free means there are no components in the product that is solely for the purpose of fragranting the product, which means like you can have something that has a natural smell, but that's not why they put it in the product. So check out my blog post. You'll learn a lot more. It's really cool, actually. So that Blockbuster is $58. So the SPF 30 Plus is $54. The moisturizer, that Blockbuster, $58. So that Blockbuster actually has the Olive Complex, the J Lo Beauty Olive Complex. The SPF 30 did not. This has Next Gen, and they put Next Gen, J-E-N, that's cute. Next Gen Hyaluronic Acid with more water binding and continuous hydration power than the classic version. Delivers that plumped, dewy, pillowy look of dreams. Yeast-derived ferment, known for its antioxidant and smoothing properties, leaves skin feeling silky soft. Potent peptides combine the antioxidant powers of tea with the calming skills of honey for a luminous, youthful complexion, free from parabens, phthalates, mineral oils, and dyes. Leaping Bunny certified. So there's a lot of fluff in here, but I actually did like that moisturizer. Like, I can see myself, like, even with the tretinoin that I said was like, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but, you know, I can feel it, where it's a little, you know, it's just a little tender, a little stinging. By the way, check out my video on 10 things you need to know before you try tretinoin, because a lot of people just be doing it wrong. Anywho, I actually like the moisturizer because even with the tretinoin on, my skin is not feeling irritated. I feel hydrated. I feel protected. Like, I'm feeling good, you know? I don't know that I would have felt hydrated with the moisturizer alone. I definitely think the serum had a hand in helping with that hydration, but it feels good. I do wonder, now nothing about this is saying that it's for a specific age range, but I do wonder, you know, if this might be geared towards people who are in maybe like an older millennial like myself. You know, I'm a 39-year-old old millennial, or, you know, maybe Gen X, or maybe an older Gen X. Like Gen X is like in their 40s, and some maybe even, you know, reaching their early to mid 60s. I wonder if it's geared to that group without saying it's geared towards that group, because many moons ago, I worked at an Estee Lauder counter, and I used to sell a lot of Estee Lauder skincare, and these moisturizers are feeling like one of the lines that were for the older, you know, the older clientele, the more mature clientele. So I just wonder, because it feels like that. Like, I like a gel cream, but I can mess with this too in the winter, because like I said, it's 18 degrees in New York City today. Let's talk about that Star filter. It's $39 for 1 fluid ounce of product. It seems to be on par. I haven't bought a luminizing product, you know, with my own money in a while. I'm not quite sure if I would want to spend $39 on this, because there's so many options that you can get. You know, NYX Cosmetics, Wet n Wild. You know, there's so many brands at the drugstore where you can get a similarly working product. Maybelline does stuff like this a lot all the time. I'd have to say the texture of it was really nice, and the color was really pretty. you know, if you're having a hard time finding something that looks like this, which I would have to be like, are you really having a hard time looking for something like this? Then maybe I would say, okay, you know, go and get that instead. But let's see what they say about the, oh, there's something coming soon that we'll talk about too. Okay, so that Star Filter, it has mineral pigments. Mineral pigments visibly diffuse light, blur imperfections, and give skin a megawatt lit from within radiance. It has vitamin E, famous for fighting off free radicals, free from parabens, phthalates. Okay. Oh, this comes in different shades. So there's a rich bronze, warm bronze, rose gold, pink champagne. So if you're someone with fair skin, I'm gonna assume something like a pink champagne or maybe even a rose gold might be more up your alley. This one is the, it's not telling me. Oh, this is the warm bronze. Oh, I wonder what the rich bronze looks like. So coming soon, they have a dietary supplement. I'm not even, okay. Now there's something in this launch that I did not try, and it's these, oh, I'm playing myself. See, this is why you gotta open stuff up. I'll give you guys swatches of the other shades because I have them here. I just didn't realize I had them because I didn't open up the skin refrigerator. Okay, so this is something that's in the line that I'm not going to try in the video because of the tretinoin and my skin being a little sensitive here. I was fine with everything else. It stung a little bit, which is, you know, to be expected. And again, make sure you check out my video on tretinoin. But the sheet mask, with that being on my face, I don't want any smoke with that, so I did not try this. And plus, sheet masks are not something that I normally use in my routine. Like maybe if I'm like at a girls' night in or something like that, maybe I'll put one on just because everyone else is. But sheet masks are not something that I particularly use in my routine. People find them beneficial because, you know, it's relaxing. It forces you to sit down and stay still for a couple minutes, so it's really great for that. But people like them because, you know, they feel like, you know, it helps to push the serum in and, you know, they feel good. And my thing is, a lot of times with some of these like things that I'm not into and like there's no science behind it, but if it makes you feel good and it's gonna make you continue to do something that's beneficial for you, then who am I to tell you, you know? I'm of two minds when it comes to stuff like that. I'm like, look, if it makes you feel good, do it. But also at the same time, like, I need you to know that it's not necessary. Like, there are people who think that they have to have these things, and it's like, no, it's not really necessary. So anyway, so this has her olive complex in it. I'll open it up so that you can see the packaging. There's a single sheet mask in here, one mask. Oh honey, so one mask is $18, but you can get a 3 mask package for $48. I just but here's what it looks like. I'm not gonna open it up because well, sheet masks pretty much all look the same, and you can probably like Google a picture or something like this, only because a friend of mine, her aunt loves Jennifer Lopez, and she asked me could I please give her like the packaging and stuff like that. And you know, I would love to give her the face mask unopened. You know what I mean? I hope y'all can, you can understand that, right? So overall, and I owe you guys, you'll get my first impressions like wear test of the moisturizers at the end. But overall, a lot of this stuff is passable for me, not gonna lie. I could pass on a whole bunch of this stuff. Out of everything though, I would probably swing more towards the moisturizers. The moisturizers felt really good. They, you know, and a lot of times as we age, it's because our skin's drying out and we need moisture, and you know, this is the kind of like grown woman moisturizer that like I think of, but thankfully it's not like, you know, grandma, you know what I mean? Like it's like I'm a maturing baddie and I need my nice supple moisturizer, but I'm also not trying to look or smell like Estee Lauder Beautiful, you know what I mean? So that's where I would look if I were to, you know, look at anything in here that like was my fave. All right, so I actually went and put some makeup on. I don't know if you guys can see. I actually used the rich bronze, the deepest shade, and it looked really pretty. But like I said, you know, 39 bucks for something that, you know, you can probably get something similar-ish at the drugstore. Like, you guys make your own decisions. You know, I'm not gonna be up in your pockets. You gotta be up in your pockets. But I do think it's really pretty. But I'll give you my, you know, final first impressions wear test thingamajiggy. And it'll be right after this, but it's actually gonna be hours later. So. All right, folks, so we're a couple hours later. It actually warmed up to 34 degrees today. Listen, I'm feeling the moisturizer. I like it. I don't think that I would love it as much when it gets warmer out. You know, I have some oil breakthrough. I didn't touch up my makeup or anything like that. I did go outside, but only to get gas and then come right back in. So I wasn't in the elements long. I still have some oil breakthrough. Didn't blot or anything because, you know, I was in the house. But, yeah, I have to say I am feeling the moisturizer. So I was going to give everything to my friend's aunt, but I'm going to keep the moisturizers and that rich bronze for me. So thank you so much for watching my first impressions video. If you love skincare, I do videos on Sundays and Wednesdays, and then on Fridays we do fashion. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Follow me on social, because when I'm not here on YouTube, I am elsewhere on the internet spreading my cheer. So check me out, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.